What is going on, TRKA? Welcome back to the channel. Just a quick midday update, just because I said I would probably check back in with you guys. We'll try to get a wrap up in today. I'll try my best. But as always, this is not financial advice, just for your entertainment. Let's look at it. Let's look at the charts. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at, and let's see if it plays out. I don't know, right? Market conditions, whatever happens in the stock, maybe some people decide to get out, some people decide to get in. There's plenty of variables that can happen, but we start to try to learn the personality of our tickers that we talk about and we follow, and it kind of helps us make a little bit of sense about what's going on. I do not use the 1 minute candles pretty much ever, unless I just do a quick peek at them, but I just want to show you guys what I was talking about in the last video about kind of the personality of TRKA, what it does, and it's easier to see here on the 1 minute. So it makes its breakout. Most stocks would make their breakout and they come back for the retest and then they get the push. TRKA just doesn't do that. What it does is it comes back down for the retest and creates a new channel, and often likes to set a little bit of a lower low before it makes its next move. Right now, so this green line, right, you can see it right here. This is our breakout, comes down for the retest, and it just never really pushes a higher high until it sets a lower low. I don't know why. We saw it yesterday. We see it again today. We have not set the lower low yet. It is 12:05 market time right now, and I'm looking for that lower low. So where's that lower low going to be? It's going to be at our fib line right here at 25.76. I want to see if that plays out. It usually sets just a fuzz of a lower low, and 25.76 or 24.19 would definitely take that into consideration. We also have our box at 25, which I think could hopefully be some decent support. I mean, in this box, it's really anything seems to happen. Usually we get smacked out of there really quick. I'm excited that we're kind of holding up just a little bit in this box and not getting just smashed down right back below that 25-cent line. So I'm hoping that this area will kind of get eaten up on the supply as time goes on, if we stay in there long enough and if we can hold that 25 cents. So be watching for it to set just a little bit of a lower low based off of this candle's low at 26. Like I said, 25.76 would accomplish that, and it is one of our fib lines. So let's see if this wants to push down in the channel somewhere in there. I mean, realistically, it could come all the way down for another bounce, and it could extend out, which is why I'm not ruling out 24.19. We're playing with fractions of pennies, or, you know, a penny. I don't know, but that's where I would like to see the bounce, if it's going to bounce and continue with its strength. So be watching patiently. I mean, it could get its breakout, but it's just, it would be a little unorthodox of what the ticker typically does as far as it movement goes. Volume is cooling off just a little bit, which is okay. You know, means that somebody's absorbing some of that supply and the sellers are kind of backing off just a little bit. I want to see what our RSIs are doing at the meantime. Like we said, these shorter time frames definitely needed to cool off, so that's okay. That's what it's doing. Taking a pretty big turn down on the 1 hour and on the 30-minute, and that is bringing our 4 hour down to hopefully still stay in bullish territory. We're at 53 right now. I'd like to see a bounce off of that 50 on the 4 hour, if nothing else. Our daily is still just hanging right in there at 50.03, so just slightly in bullish territory where we'd like to see it. Some of those RSI figures kind of make me think it might bounce a little sooner than I'm anticipating, but I'm not ruling it out just because I've seen it happen several times, and maybe it will play out again, I guess, is my thoughts along those matters. If we're looking to the upside, 27.33 is going to be our next area. From there, 29.5. From there, 32.5. I still thinking we have upside. I don't think that I don't think it's over, but don't let my confidence be your confidence. You got to make your trade no matter how you see fit. If you see money and you're happy with it, take your money, and don't look back until you see another opportunity to play the thing if you want to. And be watching your stop losses. Know where your risk tolerance is. Mine will not be down at 17 cents or whatever we made it down to last time. No, not again. So I'm looking for the turnaround to happen sooner than later. Ultimately, the 1618 at 40.63. I would love to see that tapped. I think that brings our market cap in line with what we've kind of been thinking with the thesis as far as 120, 135 million, and then we'll see what it does at that point. Also, the numbers kind of changed a little bit because we're playing with the float that we don't even know truly what the float is, but I'm just given the benefit of the doubt that we do have 300 and some odd million shares out there. So that's where my numbers are coming from with my market cap, and what my target is for the meantime. Doesn't mean it can't well exceed my targets, and doesn't mean it ever has to get to my targets, but let's just keep an eye on how it's moving. Like I said, I'd love to see it break out sooner than later, but I just also think that it might continue to play the same game that it has. So we're going to be moving along. I mean, it'll take a little bit of time for it to play out unless we get a strong spark down, which we could, because we're sitting right at our upper trend line, which is either going to break out or break down. So it might not take as long to get a fat candle down to the level we're watching closely, 25.76, and then see if the bulls want to step in there and make the push back up. But on the 5-minute, it doesn't look bad. 30 minutes not great. We've been barring down. Even on the 1 hour, we've been barring down, but that's okay. We're just waiting to see when it wants to make that turn, and I'm curious as to if this will be the point that it does. So keep an eye on it. I will catch you guys hopefully later this evening, and make some money in the markets today, will you? I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, stay golden, people, and may your accounts stay green.